The road to Madaya takes you from the streets of Damascus toward the mountainous border with Lebanon.
You look around here, driving through Damascus, people are walking around, driving to work. And it's incredible to think that just less than an hour down the road, tens of thousands of people are living under siege.
Madaya has become the symbol of the brutal tactic of sieging. We're going to meet the besiegers and hopefully the besieged. It's surrounded by the Syrian army and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah, which the United States considers a terrorist organization. Over the past few years, they've sent thousands of fighters to Syria on the side of the Assad regime. We got exclusive access to Hezbollah, meeting them on the outskirts of Madaya, where they deny there's any mass starvation, but told us residents have to stay for their own safety. The next day, they agreed to take us in. One rule, we couldn't film them. We followed their car down toward Madaya, through empty villages with vacant houses and shops.
Suddenly, it's a lot more tense. There's no one around, just military guys and checkpoints. We gotta put the camera down.
The United Nations says that just shy of 500,000 people are living under siege in 18 areas, encircled by forces from all sides of this conflict. Unlike so much of the fighting we've seen, this is a passive but cruel, almost medieval instrument of war, starving your enemy. Madaya has been besieged since last July. Shocking photos and videos said to be from inside have been all over social media. Local activists say dozens have died from starvation. We cannot verify the numbers or these videos. A UN convoy in January brought in relief for the first time in 3 months, part of a deal where the UN also sent aid elsewhere to areas besieged by rebels. The UN's Yaqub El-Hilo led that Madaya convoy.
What we saw inside Madaya was, in some instances, worse than what the social media was showing.
The first day we tried going to Madaya, we were stopped by reported mortar and sniper fire. This time, we made it through.
There's a tank right there, a bunch of soldiers up there.
Given the temporary ceasefire, we'd hoped to find a safe way to meet with people from inside without going all the way in, where rebel groups, including jihadi factions, have control.
Just close into that wall on the right, into a small huddle, and then just listen in.
When we made contact with residents, they said they were too afraid to walk the open 500 yards to where we were. So instead, Hezbollah brought another group to us.
What we can't show you are about a dozen Syrian and Hezbollah guys who have accompanied us up here. We understand there are around 500 or 600 fighters in the town from different rebel factions. Apparently, until the ceasefire went into place, this would have been too dangerous a place to stand. You can see there's some townspeople here who are coming out to meet us, and we're being told we have to take them back out to the checkpoint to speak with them. Assalamu alaikum. Marhaba, Alex.
Hussein Saifuddin and the others railed against what they called abuses by the terrorists in town, who they said had hoarded food and other aid and pushed people out of their homes. As we walked away, unable to meet our contacts, we called a medic who has been sending us videos from inside.
What do you need in Madaya, Mohammed?
First, we need to evacuate the patient to Damas, to hospital, and we need quality food.
He told us Hezbollah and the army won't let anyone out. There's food, but not enough. People are suffering from malnutrition, he said, many of them children. Then we had to leave with 2 different takes of the same story.
And that's just a perfect example of why it's so frustrating and difficult to cover this war, because we're hearing so much from all sides and so rarely get to see it for ourselves.
Still, despite the difficulties of access, separating fact from fiction, and the politics of it all, what's beyond doubt here is the tragedy.
Allahu Akbar.
Hello. On the edge of Damascus, we met some people who made it out of the Shiite town of Foua, which is besieged by rebels. They were also arranged by Hezbollah, and among them was 21-year-old Jamila. A rocket fell on her home last year, she said, killing 3 relatives and blinding her. She was pregnant at the time and has since given birth to a daughter, Kardinia, now 3 months old. All I want is to see my child I've never seen, she told me, and to lift the siege on my village. People are dying there.
It was clear these people were trotted out for the cameras, but what's also clear is that they've suffered a lot, and they're really just innocents who are caught between much more powerful sides.
Millions, just like them, are caught in besieged and hard-to-reach areas across Syria. The ceasefire has given aid agencies hope they will be able to get there easier. But for now, the sieges and suffering go on. Alex Marquardt, ABC News, Madaya, Syria.